Helga finally makes her appearance in the global server. Here, I have her summoned in my global account, and now we're going to use that cheat code for the Lord of Styx. Hello again, everybody. Sebastian Keynes here. This is going to be a showcase on a composition that I put together for the Lord of Styx. I was able to, at least in this last rotation, do 3.8 million damage on the Lord of Styx. Hopefully we can push that to 4 the next time he is around. I did run out of time in this rotation, but we're certainly going to do it on the next one if it all works according to plan. So what I figure is that I would just kind of give you a little bit of a rundown of what I did in the composition that I put together. And as you saw there, the players here are going to be Sertram, Calypso, Silas, Eobar, and Helga. Yes, that's right, Helga. Helga is a hero that I've been using in the Forerunner server for this boss, specifically to at least get me to push to A, since I don't have many of these other heroes that, you know, you could rev up attack speed and could do multiple hits to try to get a higher score in the Forerunner's account. But here in the global server, I did manage to get the triple S. So here, as things are running down, remember here that Elowen is the only one with the invigoration set. I'll show you the builds at the end, but that pretty much just gave that invigoration to Silas. The timings, it was all about making sure that we could break the shield. You know, Calypso does her own thing, right? She gets her seal stones, she'll get up to 4. Mine is not fully awakened, so she doesn't get the extra one that you do when you do A5 her. And then of course, then I have Eobar, Helga, and Sertram there to do the multiple hits. Silas, I'm just trying to time his ultimate when the shield looks like it's going to go down, right? To just try to get as much damage as I can. One of the things that I have to play around with him is how much attack does he need before I can really focus on just revving up his critical damage. So I think that that's one thing that I will look for in the next time. So here you can see that as soon as that the shield went up, I activated Helga, I activated Eobar if he was ready. For this round here, I waited on Sertram because I wanted to kind of make sure that things cycle correctly with Sertram in the Lord of Styx shield, because I was looking at the timer. And so I was going to start using Sertram's ultimate. He is fully awakened. That's the other thing too that I have to keep in mind, because it extends the duration of the ultimate as well. Now for this, I have Sertram's exclusive, but for this specific battle, just to make sure that I had the timings down, I did not use exclusive. It actually goes on too long that sometimes the timings can get thrown off when it comes to him getting his ultimate ready by the time the shield is up. But as you see me here, I'm activating all the ultimates as soon as that it looks like that shield is going up. And the other thing that I was trying to do as well is try to activate Sertram right before that the Soul Keeper shield bar was actually dwindling down, because I wanted to make sure that he did his animation, and by the time he started to hit, it was right when the shield popped up, just to make sure that we got as many hits as possible. So you see here that that just looking at Helga's ultimate, she is hitting the Lord of Styx so many times. You see the counter go down significantly, and that's what allows us to get this kind of sync together to make sure that, along with Eobar and Calypso, that they were able to bring the shield down here. Sertram again and Helga here active, her ultimate's activated. They're just dwindling on the shield. You saw me there activating Silas right when the shield was going to break. Make sure that I time his animation, because there is that delay. Once he did the burst, the shield was down. That's kind of the timings that I was playing with this. That's kind of what you're focusing for. I am glad that we finally have a chance to play with Helga in the global server. You guys are really going to like her for this facet. I'm using her for Samra, the guild boss 2 as well, because she can just hit The boss, when he has his chainsaw more activated, she'll apply the damage reduction that we need to stomach those hits, and she is doing very well for the particular for her skills. She fits these areas very, very well. She has become one of my favorite heroes in the game, not because of how powerful she is, it's by how menacing she can be with that ultimate and that multi-strike. Using her void tower, you can really control enemies. Void rift, excuse me. You can really control enemies, but just continuously stun them while you're trying to get damage, possibly from somewhere else. She can do damage if you are able to build her for it, but for this purpose here, I build her for speed, for her attack speed. Take advantage of the attack speed, specialized attack speed that she has, just so she hits that shield as many times as she could. So the rundown here remains the same. Now you're also gonna see me activate Eloin's ultimate from time to time, just to make sure that the healing was going on and my heroes were not in any danger. They never really were, but at the same time, it allowed me to just get it out of the way, make sure that I could focus on the ultimates that I really did want to use. And here at the end, you kind of saw me get Silas ultimate a little bit activated early as well, because he has multi hits, so I wanted to apply those as well on top of doing the damage. Once you clear this last shield here with the 20-second mark, you just go for it. Just activate everything. Try to get as much damage as you can here at the end, because it doesn't matter. That last shield that he pops, you won't have enough time to bring it down anyway. So you saw me here for this one. I think I did 3-7. But oh no, I did jump up to 3-8. So I think that this was the second trial that I did with the same timings, but it wasn't the high score. But I just wanted to kind of record exactly how I did the high score that I did manage to do in this rotation. So that is kind of the scope of how that battle carried out, how I made sure that the ultimates activated in time. And then you can see here at the end that I did get Silas to do most of the damage. Is who I was expecting to carry this battle through. We can get more out of Silas, there's no question. I just need to work in his build a little bit more. And if I had his exclusive, definitely would do more damage. Eobard came in second. His ultimate really builds up really quickly, so I could activate it even during the non-shield up times. He could get a couple of hits under there. Sertram did some damage for me as well. I did specialist his build for attack speed, so I'll show you that. And then here you have Calypso here, and like I said, Helga wasn't really built for damage. She was there to break this shield down, but there are some that we can push the damage if we wanted to, once we balance the speed with the damage build on her, to take advantage of her attack specialist attack speed. So there is that's the damage rundown there for her. And so let me continue on here. Let me move to the builds if I can. So here we have Helga. Now for Helga, I did use her artifact. I leveled it up to 10, and a lot of this had to do with the fact that her rage would build up a lot quicker. Her ultimate would build up a lot quicker, and it would be ready for when I needed it. So that's what she got for this particular battle. And I'm just going to show you, I invested the legendary crystals that I had on her because I knew that she was going to be worth it based on my experience that I have had with her in the Forerunner account. So I did not mind that, but do note that I did not go fully on her basic. So there is some wiggle room there that we can work with. Look, you can see here I put her in an Infernal Roar set, and her stats are decent, 16,000 attack, but I did focus on that speed, 613. Tried to bring this attack interval down to 0.7 seconds as I could. Now next time I'm going to try to see if I can balance this out a little bit with a damage build and try to get that attack speed threshold that I need to make sure that she can hit the shield as many times as possible and we get through that last round. All right, so that's Helga. Now let me get to Cetrum. Cetrum again, Inferno Roar said same 16,633 speed is what I gave him, 314 critical damage. He had a little bit of rage regeneration just to make sure that he could catch up to the shields as they were coming up. And I gave him 73% crit rate. I could do that because I did take advantage of the fact that I have him fully skilled. So if you remember, his passive allows him to stack up the critical rate. It brings it up close to 100. So that was not a big deal with that build. Because of that, it's easy to build him for attack speed. Here you can see Silas. I did. He is fully skilled, fully bounded. He is bounded to Bierna. The Siphon is what I gave him since I don't have his exclusive, and I tried to focus a little bit more, not only his attack speed, but a little bit more on critical damage over attack. So that's kind of the build that you see there on him. Some of you prefer to use Soulbound for this. You can try it if you have the sets, just to make sure that he can do a little bit more damage. That's kind of like what I gave Iobar anyway, because I know his ultimate was going to be coming around really quick. So here's 15,000 attack, 422 speed, 311 critical damage, a little bit of rage regeneration added to him as well, just to make sure that we could get as many of the ultimates to come back as soon as possible during the fight. And again, almost fully skilled. I did not fully skill his basic. For this battle, I gave him the Hydros Gaze. I think maybe I could have gone the Spirit Siphon if with the other Spirit Siphon that I had, so that's certainly something that I'll try out the next time, but I just wanted to see. And then here, Calypso, I just had an extra Spirit Siphon laying around, so that's exactly what she got. We'll look to see what other artifacts we can test on her, but she is the only one that I did not have fully skilled. So she just went as is. It's not somebody that I use a whole lot. This is probably the only area of the game that I'm using her right now. For this purposes though, this was one of the sets where I really could get the speed and try to get a little bit of damage as well. So I gave her this ageless Raz set because I was able to push at least to about 562 speed. And you saw there that this set also has some rage regeneration, which just allowed me to build the seal stones a little bit quicker. And the last one here that I'm going to show you is going to be Elowen. Elowen is an invigoration set. Really, she's just there to boost rage, and that's pretty much it. There's some speed, but the artifact that I gave her was the euphoric orb, so anybody that was around her gained attack speed. That's essentially what I was going for. So that's kind of the showcase that I can give you on my composition right now for the Lord of Styx, especially now that we have Helga in the global server. Definitely she's going to be a big part of this composition. Maybe there's other heroes that I can bring in and toy around with the next time, but Helga was the key here. I knew that Helga was going to be the one that will help me push, hopefully, to 4 million in the future. And so that's what I'm going to be working on the next time that the Lord of Styx shows up in the global server. If you have any questions, please feel free to post them in the comments below. I will get to them as soon as I can. And as always, thank you all very much for watching. I will see you all next time. And please remember to hit like and subscribe on your way out.